What's up guys, how you doing? Numbskull here, and you do not want to miss this, so keep watching for some much needed information for some people. Here we're going to just have a wee chat about becoming a streamer for the first time. When I started becoming a streamer, just to try and do it, even just part-time, just for a laugh, for some fun, there is information out there on setting up the stream, what you need, what you don't need. So what ends up happening is that some people are going to be getting information that they think, yeah, okay, I'll now need to go and spend like £1 million on stuff when that's not really needed. So what I've done recently, in fact what I'll do is I'll tell you from the beginning of the story. So I started off with lockdown happening, everyone's kind of in the same boat, what do we do, what do we not do? So I decided this is what we're going to do. I'm going to set up a wee stream, just, for fun. We'll get the stream going, we'll see, if I enjoy it, if I want to play the game, it may help me push myself, get me a bit better. And the main thing was community, for me to like have people to talk to, do you know what I mean, during the day, especially during lockdown, and you're in yourself most of the time. And Warzone for me was that game, so I picked Warzone, that's what it's going to be. And the streaming aspect I'd never really thought about, because looking at myself on pictures I wasn't really sure about, but I realised it's good and it was a good way to communicate and engage with more people. So I got a desk, we got a monitor which I replaced with something else, and I looked up in different bits and pieces about what's good, what's not good. There's a lot of different information on what you need and what you don't need, and I did probably go a bit mad. I wasn't sure what I needed, but that wasn't the important thing. I hadn't looked into this, for example, the OBS. I hadn't looked into what I use just now, which is Streamlabs. I didn't really see the different options, how to really get it set up properly, what people want to see, and these are things we're still learning. So I thought it'd be interesting to put through something about becoming a new streamer, the kind of things you need to think about and what you need to use. So I'd say first of all, a good cup of tea is good. That's what you need. Now I am using the Scarlet Studio setup, and this was because I wanted to use this for my own thing I've got when lockdown isn't on, to try and start up a recording studio, just so I would be able to use some of the functions, and I was doing that myself in the house, and I felt it was quite good to use. And although this is not the perfect microphone to use, because a lot of streamers will use the kind of condensed ones, it's still quite good. It means it doesn't have to always be right next to your face, it can be a wee bit further away and closer, you just need to get the settings right, but it's really quite good. I also just have some studio speakers which I use, and to be fair, I'll absolutely love them. It's PreSonus. For me, obviously when you're streaming you've got headphones on, it doesn't really matter, but when you're trying to create content, sometimes it can be quite good because it gets to hear the true sound of something. The second monitor I only actually got recently, really recently, in the last 3-4 weeks, which is actually when my stream has gone from, let's say, 20 followers to 380 something in the space of that period of time. So it's quite a large boost. With that you get quite a heightened, so this can be quite daunting for some people to realise that you might get 380 followers within the space of 3 weeks, but then you've got maybe 5 people watching you, 16, 20, 40. Some of those people might not comment ever or like the page, but I know some people even remove the view counter because it kind of puts them off. But for me it's like, well, whatever you're more comfortable with. But I would say if you're wanting to interact with your chat, if you are looking to at least have that, having some sort of second monitor, even if it's on your phone or a laptop or whatever it happens to be, is really good. Obviously if it's on a laptop or a device like that, you don't need to switch between it, but I'm not used to now switching between the screens and coming back. What I don't have and I do need is a foot pedal. If you are thinking of streaming, when you're doing touch to talk and you're using a keyboard, I find it's nearly impossible. It's just try to press that one button or whatever button you click it as. To me, I either forget about it because I've played for so long without it, that I know that a wee foot pedal for me is going to be perfect to engage with the chat, as well as not have to fiddle about the screen on, well, in my game is Warzone, but any other game potentially could be the same, so that you've got them not listening to you talking to the chat. I have played some games with some streamers who do that, and it is annoying, so I don't want really to put that on other people. What I'd say in regards to Streamlabs, obviously it's up to you who you're trying to engage with. What do you want to get from your stream? I use lots of things, so during this particular one I can actually go through them. So I'll start off with my live stream starting soon. So this is what I do to get people into the page rather than, I mean, I have a thing about talking to myself. So if I start a stream up and there's no one there and I'm starting to talk and there's no one watching, for me, I think it's pointless, but that's me. So I'll click on this. Now I've got it all set up on a Stream Deck. You don't even need to have that. I can click starting soon. I could change the countdown to whatever I wanted, and then I usually jump into a camera. Now currently it's set up like this, so it's still here. This is me, and if I want to go into a live stream, I can just press a button, I can click it, we go live, we're here, you know, the main game screen's taken over. I've added things in, you know, that I think that people want to see, top star, send the latest followers, all that type of stuff. And again, that's the only things I've put in recently. This is all changed. The chat one, again, I've changed this recently so that it's my camera that's the biggest one and not the game, which I think was causing me some issues. And then you'll have problems like right now, this sample goal thing's in there, this shouldn't be there. So, but that wasn't there yesterday and it's there today. I've got things where you can pause the stream if you want a wee break. You know, you can set this to whatever you want. There's so many overlays to choose from. When the stream's ending to let people know, and when the stream has ended. Now, this is how I've set it up. I managed to get like a webcam thing. It's not amazing. It wasn't super expensive. It was just doing a job, and for me, it does the job right now, and it's not too much different to other people. Because you do want to provide a good quality service. I've got different types of lighting. You can see I've got like strip lighting. It's not just to make it look good, it actually does like kind of brighten the room up a wee bit, although this room is a bit of a mess just now. I've got the lights which are actually above the monitor, wee kind of hexagon ones, because again you don't have to go for the leaf ones which are really, really expensive. You can have that later on down the line. I have put some soundproofing up on the walls, and again that is to help the acoustics a wee bit because the microphone's facing into it as opposed to full on soundproofing, but it does help. I've got quite a low voice, so like, I mean, well, it does do that. It vibrates to the floor if you're down the stairs, basically. So I've done that. I've got wee extra spaces, and I know myself, my desk is actually quite small. It's like a L shape. I would say your first thing is to be comfortable. I have found myself not very comfortable. The keyboard literally kind of overhangs part of it, but it's at either side. So be comfortable when you're positioned with its controller. Make sure you are comfortable with whatever you're using. It doesn't matter if it's fancy, it doesn't need to be a scuff, it doesn't need to be this. I went for an Alienware computer, but it was the stats I was looking at. It was you know, what is it made up of, and that's what I went for. And yeah, I've had to upgrade the RAM, I've learned some lessons, and I'm thinking about getting a streaming PC. So I'll have a PC to stream on, a PC to game on, and that means it will reduce the usage. A lot of people don't realise that if you're a PC player and you're going to bring in the streaming aspect, it does take a hit on two things: the CPU usage as well as your internet capacity, because you're now doing everything at once. So sometimes if I'm trying to host a game, I do find that it does lag. If you've ever watched my streams, you'll know I'm on about it. And other things is like, well, what interests you, what you can get your people together. I've decided to go for the sneak stuff, but I really like supporting other streamers as well. I'm not focusing on myself. You know, I'll happily go into like the big popular ones that you got Matt Laugh, you got Marley, Noodles. These guys are brilliant. Even I Got Puppies. I think that guy's energy is amazing. And in Average Dad is where I started watching it as well. To be fair, Z Laner is just like insane. So these are the people I love watching. It's good content. You know, I like, if I want to watch people just kill people all the time, I'll go Z Laner. If I want some fun and banter, you know, it's Matt Laugh and stuff like that. It's not all about, because I'm not all about fantastic gameplay. It's just about having a laugh and different stupid things that happen in the world of Warzone. And it doesn't need to be Warzone. You can be thinking about doing something else. I've not tried it yet, mainly because most of my games are on the PlayStation and I haven't done the streaming yet from the console. But yeah, just make sure you know what you're doing. I mean, I've joined up to Pipeline, which is Stone Mountain 64's kind of baby, I think, and I don't know who he's partnering with, but that was recommended by I Got Puppies as well, and I've joined up to there, and there's quite a lot of information there. I would suggest anyone kind of wanting to do it seriously to have a look, because they've got stuff that will save you money. They'll provide you some stuff. They'll find really good information, and things like this. These type of videos that are on are maybe things I wanted to know, like what is it you should be thinking about. And for like any other video we do, so this will be like a wee journey. So here's my journey. Today's the 14th of February. It's Valentine's Day. I haven't been playing. No, this is just a wee gap in between doing Valentine's stuff. What have we got so far? We've got a kind of semi-comfortable setup. We've got the sound going. We can get, the internet's not perfect. Sometimes the CPU can get overrun. So I'm looking forward going, what do I want to do so that my viewers are going to get the best, kind of, what can they see? Does the camera need to be better? Is my sound quality good for when I'm watching the game? Is the monitor good enough? So, these are all the things that I'm thinking about right now, and going forward, like on the journey, what's going to be happening. The next one, will we be increasing our followers? Will it go down? Is it going to be getting better? So these are the things that I'm going to be looking forward to. If you are streaming yourself and you're starting off and you're just thinking about getting a page or whatever you're thinking about, then what is it you would like to know? What would you like to see? Do you want to know the full setup of the computer and the monitor and the make of everything that I'm using? What stuff do you want to be using? Do you think that's suitable enough? Just ask the questions, because that's what we're here for. Here to be part of the journey. This video will be going into Facebook and YouTube. I'll share it on Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, so we're just trying to get the demographics, man, as much as possible. One thing for me which is good at this stage of my journey is that I have unlocked the stars after 100 followers from there. It kind of grew a wee bit. I done a charity stream, which I'll be doing another one of, because I really help. I think you want to bring attention to different things. If I've got the platform where 30, 40, 50,000 people are going to see that content for a period of time, then will they then think about that, and then will they make a conscious effort to maybe do something about it or speak to someone else about it? That's why I'm going to be doing things like that more often. And with getting stars, it's really, really good, because it means that that means you're showing you're doing something right with your content. Someone is enjoying it enough to want to help you and support you in your journey. Obviously, if I wanted to do this a lot, you'd have to get a lot of support and a lot of people like that. And ultimately that's the goal, do you know what I mean, to be able to do something like this as much as possible. For me personally, I have a condition, so it can mean that doing a lot of things during the day and certain things that I used to be able to do is actually quite difficult. And this is what I've found is where I can sit and I can stream and I can chat and I can play a game effectively, but then I can go and create content, I can go and do video editing, and I can do all that without thinking about this. And sometimes, depending on the stress, this seems to take a lot of stress away. When I play Warzone, I don't get too stressed most of the time. I can get frustrated sometimes, but I'm not like screaming my head off, so you won't be getting that too much. That's not who I am. But I feel this is like a cool place to be, so this is why I'm doing it and why I'm streaming. And that's something you should ask yourself: why are you going to do this? What do you want to get out of it? So you're not like disappointed about certain things or whatever it happens to be. Just keep a positive mind frame, because to be fair, that's what it's about. It's positive mind frames. Keep it going, pushing that stuff out. And I'm hoping that the content I'm putting out isn't, is what people want to see eventually. I do my singing videos. For me, a lot of times that's just for me, because it's fun to do, and I get to do it and put that out. And if someone sees it and likes it, one person, that's fantastic. It's better than just me sitting in my house. So I like doing that as well. What type of things do you like to do? What do you want to show off? Not show off, but what do you want to show your fans and supporters and followers? So this is week 1 of the video. You might see some things changing of the layout or whatever, or my wee headband. I literally have this because my hair really annoys me. I know it doesn't look that cool, right? But that's why I've got it. So I'm hoping that we're going to get next stage now is to use the pipeline to try and find someone like on a Discord, so we can have a proper partner that we do like collabs with and stuff. I've got some other people who are wanting to do collabs, and we'll maybe get something more regularly. But try to get someone to do something like that is what I want to do going forward. That's the next step. What are my goals? What would your goals be? And don't go mad. Don't go spending £4,000 on a gaming PC to play one game and because you think, oh, I'm going to be a streamer, just rein it in, I'd say, unless you're absolutely loaded anyway, and just try and think about what you need to do what you're doing. Don't go and buy a gaming PC that's like, say, $1,000 because you think that's amazing. You won't have to buy another one or do anything to it for years, because you'll probably find out that it's actually not good enough for certain things. So yeah, you can buy a PlayStation and you're sorted, but just, that's all I'd say, is just kind of be careful with what you buy, what you don't buy, because even like someone I know recently went and bought a camera, it turns out it doesn't work and they have to send it back or whatever. So just things like that, just to be careful of. So yeah, for week 2 I'll have some suggestions, hopefully from some of you guys watching the video, and we'll add that in and we'll show you some more details. I can move the camera about, do you know what I mean? We'll get stuff going. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, you know, we have people on our journey from this point on until we get to, what is it, maybe like video 20 down the line. Where will we be then? How many followers will we have? What are we looking at? And you know, some of these guys are brilliant with the way they do it, and they have the engagement and the audience coming in, and they've got their own type of people, and that's what I'm looking for. Someone who's coming in with a similar mindset, you know, who likes Bill and Ted, stuff like that, guys. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. Good wee chat, and we can just talk about stuff. Who can put in movie references? Who's, you know, in the Gulag a lot in Warzone? That's what we're looking for in general. Because if I start playing with too many sweaty people, then I kind of just feel a wee bit inadequate. So, I mean, I have tried to get better at the game, but I think my concentration skills are lacking, and I feel of apologies for everyone, but I'd rather just have fun. So I thank you very much for watching, listening. I hope it is in some way helpful, and for the next one, if you want to literally see the screens that we've got set up, the overlay, like the actual system, the program, I'll show it all, because yeah, that's what it's all about. And I can show you my settings, my audio settings, which sometimes can not be perfect, but I can get it all shown for you if anyone's having any issues. And who knows, maybe so many videos down the line we'll have our second PC, we'll do our opening, we'll show you setting it up, and I will definitely need some help from some computer savvy geniuses, because I am not one of them. I am a guy who YouTubes everything and tries to find the videos. So I appreciate everything, guys, and I'll catch you in the next stream, and peace out.